Hello everyone, Gamer54 back in another video, and yes, I know, I really should have been uploading like the first week of January, but there were things to do, but I'm back now. Now anyways, so essentially last year we did my season 1 ranking of Death Battle, so I'm gonna bring you season 2, which is honestly the season where I watched all the episodes when I was younger, so yeah. Unfortunately, looking at the list, there is a bunch, so something tells me this is going to be a two-parter, but hopefully I'll be able to find a way to combine the two parts and to make it one big video so that way you guys can enjoy and relax and not have to, go back to one video and go find the other video. So without further ado, let's just speed through it and not make it a long video as is because I don't want to make it a three-parter. Make sure you like the video and subscribe as we're trying to upload daily. Let's go! So the first episode we're going to be talking about is He-Man versus Lion-O. I really enjoy He-Man versus Lion-O. Yeah, the animation isn't good and Lion-O blasting He-Man into the distance and being confused about it. I will say that was a little confusing why he did that. The death is not great at all, just a stomp and the game set match, I guess. Despite everything, I like the episode, and the jokes in it can't be said about today's standards, so... I don't know what happened to my voice, but... yeah, some of the jokes can't be said today, so that's why I like it, to be honest. I give this one a 4 out of 5. The next match is going to be Shao Kahn versus M. Bison. Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter. So what do I have to say about this match? It's an alright match to rewatch. I mean, I liked it as a kid, and I kind of enjoyed it when today, but I kind of already knew that M. Bison was no match for Shao Kahn. Even though I said that, I liked the episode as is, and there was one scene I remember that stands out, and it's the music kicking in when M. Bison went to his super form. That was heat. Like, if you watch the battle, you will find out that it really does. It was heat. 3 out of 5 is all I gotta give this matchup, to be honest. The next matchup is Ryu Hayabusa versus Strider Harui. I hope I'm pronouncing those names wrong. Right. I hope I'm pronouncing these names right. I'm stuttering. But anyways, this matchup was a lot of kicking, a lot of battles. The only thing that's holding this matchup back a few is the short runtime it had. There were a lot of great memories, and while the death could have been more gore, I kind of liked it. This was short, but a fun matchup, and I wish this was in the top 5 of the season, but there are just some matchups that surpassed it. I am respectfully giving this matchup a 3 out of 5 stars. Really, I really do think you guys should watch this matchup. Alright, the next matchup we're going to be looking at is Ivy versus Orchid. Soul Calibur versus King of Fighters. I hope that's right. Yeah, I hope that's right. Yeah. Anyways, I didn't really like this matchup. After how bad the episodes with the degenerate boomsticks were in season 1, you can imagine I didn't really like this one due to Boomstick already spitting the jokes before we even get to the intro. Come on, man. Come on, dog. I mean, to give credit, it wasn't as bad as the Wonder Woman versus Rouge or Chan-Chi versus Mai from season 1 that we already talked about in last video, but that's not saying a lot. I mean, this episode also started with the whole Boomstick dad joke, so I guess there's that. There's nothing else to say, and even if I did, not really positive things. So 1 out of 5, let's move on, shall we? Alright, so now we're talking about Fox McCloud versus Bucky O'Hare. This battle was an okay fight to come and rewatch. I enjoyed watching the analysis of Fox McCloud since I only knew him from Smash Bros. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about Bucky. Bucky O'Hare. I mean, I appreciate being introduced to a new character that I never really knew about, but I feel like they didn't do a good job introducing Bucky, because I didn't bother to check out the show or comics about him. It's weird, because Death Battle sometimes introduces us to new shows that I never watch, and I go and watch that media. Like, I'll be honest, Death Battle is the whole reason why I got into watching and playing God of War or Hellsing Ultimate, or any media in general. The battle was fine, but the sprites were a bit on the eyesore side, and the ending was a mix for me. Bucky just stand there while Fox boost himself up and, just deliver the kill. Oops, his ringer's on. Like, Death was like, oh my god, Fox, you a cold killer now. Overall, I like this battle, but there was just some things holding it back. 3 out of 5. Let's gonna move on. Oh yes. Terminator versus RoboCop. I really enjoyed this matchup so much, but there was just one problem with it. Age. Cause my god, this looks terrible on today's standards. I mean, I get it, it was meant to be peaked back in 2014, but man, does it not hold up today. But whatever, it was just a minor issue though. And this is season 2, I might add. Though I would very much like to see a remastered edition of this fight. This was a really fun gunfight, to be honest. I mean, like, both combatants, but really felt like Terminator was like the star of this fight. This match has gotten me to watch RoboCop and Terminator, so that's a plus for me. 4 out of 5, really recommend this. Alright, so we get to everyone's favorite topic of Death Battle. Sega versus Nintendo. Well, I guess that's not really the case now, because it's now Dragon Ball Z versus DC or Marvel. Or if not, that's Marvel versus DC. Whatever. I'm giving this matchup a 0 out of 5. Everyone hates this matchup. The Radish, you can figure out why on your own, because I feel like talking about this match more will get me physically mad. Luigi really deserves more, to be honest. Same with Mikey from the last season. I'm not saying Tails need to be perished, but come on, man. This finish was buns with sesame seeds. Like, let's get a move on before I get more heated up. All right. Now we're going to be talking about the Pokemon Battle Royal. This is a death battle. I mean, this is a battle royal. This is a battle royal that I like. I knew from the start of the battle royal between the starter Pokemon was going to happen, and analysis of all three was enjoyable to watch. That Squirtle joke was honestly funny and the only memorable thing I thought about this battle. This fight was well done and each Pokemon showed their skills. The ending had no right to go as hard as it did. The two best devs back to back. It's a solid 4 out of 5, and this is a good death battle. Go back to the sewers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles death battle. Go over there and stay there. The next matchup is Fulgor versus Sector. Yikes. Just yikes. Okay, so here's the thing. It's not as bad as Luigi versus Tails, but by the Elder Gods, did Sector get dog in this fight? I really enjoyed meeting Fulgor and getting to enjoy Killer Instinct, but the conclusion, it's not as bad as a certain rematch that we will get into later, but Fulgor is heavier than Sector. The fight wasn't really any better, to be honest. Fulgor was just playing defense, charging his reactor. Got 2 combos in, and Sector goes like a wimp. I got nothing else to say, because I think I fall asleep in this battle once, so, 1 out of 5. That's all I gotta say. Should have been... Should have been Cyrex. The next fight we're going to be dealing with is Godzilla versus Gamera. Godzilla vs. Gamera is actually a great episode. Just like RoboCop and Terminator, this battle suffers from age. Because, good gods, the quality. I guess the models could have been switched a bit. Godzilla more, to be honest, in this battle. But the battle was splendid. I like how Gamera was slamming Godzilla down from orbit in space, and the finish was good as is, but I mean, now watching it again, I now realize Gamera was trying to blow up to take Godzilla with him, and it failed. So Gamera just took himself out. That was dark, but I still love this matchup. 4 out of 5. You fought well to the last breath, Gamera. I salute you, giant turtle kaiju. The next matchup is Batman versus Captain America. Marvel versus DC. I didn't like this matchup, to be totally honest here. Like, I really don't have anything to say about it because it's just a full bucket of nothing. It's well animated, sure, but it's boring and the ending was so dumb. They treat Captain America as only a boxer, and it's well known he knows a lot of martial arts in his analysis. I mean, it's longer than both Killer Instinct battles, and while the ending was weak, it wasn't as awful as Tails vs. Luigi. So, it's not a 1 out of 5, but it's also not 3 out of 5. Definitely not making 4 or 5, so I guess you get a 2 out of 5. I guess, take it or leave it, I suppose. Let's keep going. Next up is Tiger Zord versus the Gundam Imply. This battle sure does exist. Man, it's now page 3 of the script, and we now just got to the existing part. Anyway, I don't really want to dive into this. Like, the voice acting was fine, such, and overall, I don't really care about this matchup. And honestly, the ending could have been better with the Tiger Zord not getting one shot, but it's whatever, to be honest. 3 out of 5 of this, it's not bad, but really, I don't really care about this matchup. Now we got Ryu versus Scorpion. Now this was great for me. I mean, really, this episode was so great, and it was so close to reaching the mountain of the top 5 battles of the season, but the ending happened. Why? Like, Scorpion made no effort to dodge Ryu's final attack, and suddenly comes back to kill Ryu, who makes no effort to dodge. Like, I get it, he was weak. Like, he was exhausted from using the Satsui no Hado, and even, I think so. No, he was exhausted from both using Dark Ryu as well as Light Ryu. And like, I get it, but still, he could have at least attempted to dodge, or was the lava pit very close that he couldn't roll out? He had to accept fate. I mean, Ryu had the Raging Demon on standby, a move that can kill Scorpion, but it didn't land, and there was no attempt of a second attempt. The NetherRealm argument doesn't help out either. It says that Scorpion gets stronger in the realm over time, while in the battle it seemed like an instant. I did like the pacing, and I enjoyed the analysis. Jokes were solid. Overall, this matchup was good, and I wish it was top 5, but there were just things holding it back. So, it's getting a 4 out of 5 from me. Which hurts, but I mean, I don't know. We could get a remake of this matchup. Deadpool versus Deathstroke. Or for those who know him from Teen Titans, Deathstroke versus Slade. I cannot tell you enough how much I love this battle. I'll tell you that if you were to ask me, do I love this matchup? I would say 100% I love it. This is sitting on the top 5 battles of this season. Deadpool was at his best in this matchup. He basically hijacked the whole show in this episode. And I never got bored with the analysis for both characters. This matchup itself is really good, and I find myself really enjoying this matchup. 5 out of 5 and sitting number 5 in top 5. And yes, I know that's a lot of 5s. Because that's how much this battle deserves the 5 stars. And the next episode we're going up is Kirby versus Majin Buu. This is one of my absolute favorite matchups. I say this, but I will say that it has its ups and downs. The analysis was fine, but there was one joke that Boomstick made that just didn't sit right with me. And literally, I thought Buu got put down a bit too easily when Buu could have been come back like he did in the series and the manga. The fighting was a big praise for me for all things considering. Overall, I liked this matchup, but if I'm honest, it didn't go in the top 5 battles because there were battles that surpassed it and earned the top other 4 spots. This doesn't help me from giving it the battle the 5 out of 5, to be honest. But as I'm saying it now, Kirby truly is like him. Kirby truly be Timothy Smith. Like, he's a toddler. He's a baby. And you mean to tell me he does this crazy stuff that puts Dragon Ball to shame? I'm like, what more has the council hide from me? Next you're going to tell me Link is planetary stale. Next you're going to tell me that Link can destroy a planet. But I guess we'll discuss that when we discuss that. Anyways, guys, I'm going to see if I can get this out. This is part 1 for now. Yeah, I feel like this will be a nice place to stop it because we still have a lot more to go through. And currently the longer video is being uploaded right now. So if that doesn't come out, then most likely the 2-parters will come out, and I will try to, release the full version. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to set off here. Hopefully I can get part 2 out eventually. Hopefully the same day or maybe tomorrow. But anyways, catch you guys in part 2. And yeah. See you guys soon. And we're back at it again. Part 2 of my ranking of Season 2 of Death Battle. So, without further ado, and without making this a part 3, let's get to it, shall we? So, we're starting off the bat with Ragnar versus Soul Bad Guy. And this battle sure does exist. The combos are fine. Well, this battle didn't make me want to go and learn about Blaze Blue or Guilty Gear. The analysis between these two gave me more than enough insight between these combatants. I guess if there's one reason for me to come back to this battle, it's that man joke that honestly showed up in the right moment because I was about to sleep in this video. 3 out of 5. That's all I gotta say. Alright, the next one is Gaara versus Toph. Okay, so this battle does exist, but I'm more surprised that I don't hate it a lot than I did back in the day when it first released. I just regularly hate it. I like the Toph sprite that they made for this battle, but the battle itself, it was a bit poor pacing and kind of boring. I thought that the death was cool, but rewatching it was just bad. I feel like I had more fun with the analysis than the actual battle. Jokes were really funny. Overall, I'm not a fan of this battle, but I don't hate it. I think it's a 3 out of 5. That seems reasonable for me. Alright, the next fight. Boba Fett versus Samus Aran? Well. A remastered episode. It's fine, I guess. If you ever want to know if the remaster is better than the OG, well, I can tell you that while I can't really change your opinion about it, but do I like it more than the OG? Yes, I love it so much better. It doesn't have the Season 1 charm, but it's better than every other way. The analysis is solid from the beginning to end, and it was much better than the OG fight. Jokes are either expanded upon, or they are new jokes in the overall scene of things. The battle was much better than the first time around. Death was the biggest mixed bag though. I mean, it is called back to the OG, but that's about it. Of course, I can't leave it here without saying that this battle was a tribute to the late Monty Oum, who sadly passed away during the time of this episode's production. It's really sad that someone so young passed away so soon like that. Overall, it's a good tribute and a good way for how Death Battle has grown over time and continued to grow to today. I respectfully give this matchup a 3 out of 5. I'm doing a salute right now, so yeah. All right, Chuck Norris versus Segata Sancho. This battle was alright, I guess. I'm more than this episode isn't. I will say this episode isn't a dated mess. There was a joke about this battle about Chuck Norris that means we're basically already dead before the episode even started. And I never heard of a Sega Sancho, but my God, they pulled this battle off beautifully. This was such a fun episode for past me and even now. I doubt this is a battle between Chuck Norris and Sega Sancho. This was probably a warm up because when they got serious, they caused a black hole. The ending was a bit of a rip off, but the stars, man, I'm not gonna lie. The the stars, man. Just if you know, you know. 3 out of 5, I give this matchup. All right. Guts versus Nightmare. Guts versus Nightmare is an episode that everyone has in their top 5 or bottom 5 in this season. They feel very strongly about this matchup, especially I. Indifferent to it. It's an alright episode to say the least, with a forgotten analysis with only one joke that I like, and the fight was fairly solid. The fight was smoothly, except for the start with Guts. I like the battle, and it shows Guts' will to win, even if it means risking his own body and even jumping through the fire. Getting killed? But the fight kept going to see Cinder, forcing to see the Berserker armor, and it ended in 10 seconds. Not so good. Yes, I know Cinder isn't really its name, and that it's the name of the Killer Instinct character, but it's like very late for me, so I'm tired, so I could care less right now. Sorry if that was mean. Overall, I liked this episode. The fighting was good, but the ending soured it for me. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Next, we got Iron Man versus Lex Luthor. I love this battle so much. I could rant all day why I love this battle, and add an additional rant to why it's only number 2 in the top battles of this season for me. I know. DC versus Marvel is super overdone, and Death Battle really milked it dry, especially towards now. Especially since the making of this script, I just watched Ant-Man versus Atom. But not one of those matchups can hold a candle to this fight. The analysis is great. It's not the best of all time, but it's fun and informative. The fight alone was more than enough to carry it so high for me. The pacing is so well. The character animation makes me ascend to the heavens like the Lorax. Lex Luthor starting being cocky, Iron Man smacked the cockiness off his bald head. Then Luthor thought he got him, but then the Endo slime suit, the best line ever, and the music so great that I had to save it for my music playlist. And Lord, I will watch this battle over and over. I can never do the ending justice with words. It is just that good, and I really recommend you watch it. Also, I think this battle was weird. The crossover aspect of the battles started, and the whole just fighting aspect is gone. Like, there are now reasons why the Warriors are fighting, and not just blindly fighting. You know what? I am making this battle its own video, and why I like it as soon as the rankings are done. 5 out of 5. There's just one fight that surpassed it, though, in the rankings. But before we get there, we need to talk about Beast versus Goliath. We're talking about the battle far worse than Tails versus Luigi. I mean, I already said a lot about the last episode, so I will keep it short. It's short, boring, mostly well-animated fight. Seeing that's butchered both characters and their trials, and their traits, and just make them wild animals. Like, literally, Beast is supposed to be smart, but they made him into a mindless monster. The same goes with Goliath. I haven't really watched the show, but I'm pretty sure he's not supposed to act like a beast. The death was fine, but it came out of nowhere. Analysis was fine, but honestly, it's like, the one thing that kind of irks me about it is the whole, but actually aspect of the video. Because, like, they went back and see that, Beast just technically lift up the tree, the golden tree. Again, you can check out the battle, but honestly, it's like, it's just, come on, man. Like, why go back? And I feel like this is the only time they ever go back from an analysis of a character. So already this one gets a 0 out of 5. Don't ever do that again. The next fight we're going to be talking about is Solid Snake versus Sam Fisher. There is not enough time in this video alone to have me go crazy, go gaga, on how this battle tops number 1 of my top 5. But it being the top battle of Season 2, it's not possible without making it its own video. It's just an outstanding episode. The analysis is good with lots of jokes that I like. The conclusion covers everything. The fighting is what built this episode to be the GOAT for me. There are 3 layers in this fight that again will be covered in its own video. The lore of this battle felt like an official crossover between these two instead of a mindless fight. The fight and its moments, I can never give it the right moment of respect without its own video, but trust me, it's that good. It's that good. I haven't talked about Death Battle in a while ever since the whole incident about the Sun Wukong versus Heracles battle. But trust me when I say I am trying to get back to Death Battle. But we'll see. Maybe 2024, 2025, I'm not sure. The next one is Darth Vader versus Doctor Doom. Okay, so normally a normal ranking video would have left a number 1 be the end of the video, but we still have 9 episodes left to go, and I already said my number 1, so if you want to stop watching here, you're free to go, but for those who decide to stay where I rank the following episodes, thanks for sticking around. Anyways, Darth Vader versus Doctor Doom sure does exist. Doctor Doom is strange to me because I just like him in the future Death Battle that I will be covering someday than this battle. This battle was really nothing special. The analysis was fine with just 1 or 2 solid jokes. The fight was good with a well done animation, with a solid animation and really good scenes. I could barely see Vader at first half of the fight. So glad the second fight was somewhere brighter. I'll give this one a 2 out of 5. Which really sucks, because like I really do like Darth Vader, and I really do like Doctor Doom. You know that I was going to talk about this episode. It's this episode, Goku vs. Superman Round 2. Do I really need to go on why this battle was so 2 out of 5 for me? I mean, shoot, like, if they ever, ever decide to make Goku vs. Superman Round 3, I'm just going to pull my hair. I'm going to pull my hair. There is clearly Goku bias in this fight, but maybe I will make a video about it. I don't know, when I probably get back. Maybe there's a talented YouTuber out there who made this topic interesting, so I will let you all know when I found it. Honestly, this should have gone down with this. Have Superman beat Goku the first time, then in round 2, have Goku beat Superman. Yeah, I know that would cause people to ask for a round 3, but I bet it's better than we got. The fight was solid, sure, but the King Kai scene didn't need to be there. It's an okay episode, but a bad sequel. So please, don't make a round 3. The next fight we're going to be talking about is Donkey Kong vs. Knuckles. You know, if Pasme sees me ranking this fight higher than I really should have, he would kick me in the kneecaps. But I really like Donkey Kong vs. Knuckles. The analysis was fine to watch, and I like how they took a deep dive of the craziness of the Donkey Kong TV show from way back in the day. The fight was very good too, and I think the reason why Little Me hated this is because of the death, because Knuckles was my favorite character at that time. Well, yes, I am mad that Knuckles got clapped, pause. I really like this episode, and this would have been in my top 5, but if you want to know if it was top 10, it would be sitting around number 6. The next fight we're going to be talking about is Wolverine versus Raiden. Raiden? Raiden? I'm getting confused with the two Raidens from Mortal Kombat. But anyways, we talked about my number 1 pick. We'll talk about number 2. And we talk about Deadpool versus Deathstroke. So who will we stop? So who are going to be sitting in the top 5? It is my honor to say that Wolverine versus Raiden is sitting nicely at number 3. The animation is stellar with incredible speed and incredible weapons. I don't know why, but Wolverine's healing animation was really pleasing to me. I have no idea why, so I think this is something I need to think about alone. The final act is what sold me. What Raiden did to Wolverine at the end made me spit out my drink one time. That was a good memory. 5 out of 5. Now, the next fight we're going to be talking about is Hercule Satan versus Dan Hibiki. Now, before you guys start getting the white straps jacket and label me insane, hear me out. Let me cook. This might be my favorite Dragon Ball Z Battle Death Battle has ever made. The analysis was more mocking these characters than hyping them up. I was really hoping for Dan Hibiki was going to win because I really thought Hercule couldn't do nothing without Mr. Boo. Boy, I got whiplash when the battle started. The battle was awesome. The comedy in it was making me laugh. My brother and I watched this together the first time, and we had a lot of fun. I am happy to place this number 4 of the top 5s. The next fight we're talking about is Yang from Ruby versus Tifa from Final Fantasy. Okay. How can I be not harsh? I didn't like this episode. Why do I not like it? It's how they handle it. They team up with Rooster Teeth, the same Rooster Teeth that made Ruby, which is the show Yang comes from. Getting the official voice actress of Yang. Yes, did I stutter? And last but not least, hanging the banner of Tifa's corpse to promote Ruby, the show they made. Do I need to go on or do we get the picture? Look, I will say I liked this episode for a long time growing up, but after doing the research of the ranking, all I see is this episode was just a big ad for a show. This was no death battle. This was a promotion for their essential anime. 1 out of 5. But surprisingly not as bad as Justin Bieber versus Rebecca Black. The next fight we're going to be talking about is Mega Man versus Astro Boy. I really enjoyed this episode. I don't know why, but I don't know why there was so much hate about this episode back then. I think it might be the animation. Yeah, I don't see it. Maybe I might be with Astro Boy Sprite, but the matchup was really fun, but there was issues, and I think a lot of people know the issues, so 4 out of 5 it is. Only 2 more battles here, and we are done for the day. Alright, so we got Green Arrow versus Hawkeye. Marvel versus DC again. This is fine, I guess. The episode is average, but not the worst. That belongs to Batman versus Captain America, if you guys want to know. This is a good matchup with just 2 players playing distant combat, and yeah, that's all I really got to think about. 3 out of 5 on this one. Well, this is it. The season finale of Season 2. And the end of this episode. Pokemon versus Digimon. And this, by far, my longest ranking, unless I decide to make it in 2 parts, so what do I have to say about Pokemon vs. Digimon? I really enjoyed it. It was a phenomenal season finale. This battle was getting me to watch Digimon. And as this script was being done, I'm currently watching Pokemon now at the new generation of Pokemon is going to happen now that our favorite Ash Ketchum has finally done it. Godspeed, Ash. Godspeed. The fight is good, and you know it's good, but the ending always breaks my heart, because you can love both series, but you know one comes out the victor. Red caring for Charizard rather than his own broken body, that got me tearing up, man. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. That's it of the video, guys. This is SwanGamer54, signing off.